Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, Retrovan, and we're at another review. This time, we're going to be reviewing Bentleys Hackpack for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and iOS, but that version doesn't work, because I tried it. Anyways, though, without further ado, let's get on with the review and what I think about all these little hacking minigames. So Bentleys Hackpack basically has 4 different sets of minigame things. 3 of them are actually from Sly 4, basically. There's like a 4th one that's kind of like the first one, but we'll get into that when we talk about it. So basically, you go into the arcade. One cool thing I really like about it is like it's got all the characters from Sly 4. A lot of them are just kind of chilling in there. And they're all like doing a bunch of actions. I like the liveliness of the menu. It's really neat. So first things first, you have the tank minigame. It's literally the same one from Sly 4. And the nice thing about the tank minigame is that what I would compare it to is the ones from Sly 2, where like you're basically on a board. You have to shoot a bunch of different other tanks. You have to collect keys and all that. You basically just have to go through a maze with shooting. It's a lot like a twin stick shooter, which is pretty fun. Because the one thing I can give credit to this in Sly 4 compared to Sly 2 and Sly 3 is the fact that this version of the tank minigame doesn't feel stiff and sometimes kind of annoying to go through. Like, the enemies are, what's the word, dealable. They basically made it to where it's easier for newer players, which I like. I think it's a good thing. Also, the fact that, unlike the original, there's also other tanks you can use a lot of the time, too. Now, there were, like, different, like, shooting methods you could use within the second one when you were doing the hacking minigames. This one has, like, purple tanks, right? And the purple tank can basically shoot bombs. There's a blue tank, which lets you go fast, and there's various other tanks you can use. The green one's kind of useless unless you're getting a key. So, if you have the option of getting another one, or, you get the chance, definitely would utilize that. So the thing generally about each of these is that there are 5 or 6 objectives you gotta do in each level within, or the hack minigame, I guess, and, basically, you'll have different ones like collecting all Sly masks, shooting a certain amount of enemies, having this amount of points, the basic stuff you could have. Of course, the main one is finishing the level, but it's definitely nice that they added a little bit of extra things you could do on top of it so that, the experience of each level is, worth it. One thing to note definitely is you do have to complete a certain amount of these to unlock different levels. So I'd say once you get to about level 5 or 6, that's when I would definitely recommend doing them if you haven't, because that's when they're going to be like, oh, you want to go to level 7? Yeah, no, you got to do these first. So the next one we have is Alter Ego. So basically, Alter Ego is basically like a side-scroller shooter where you're going through, you're basically getting points, you're shooting stuff, you're, getting all the POW things. You have grenades, so you can basically, like, shoot through different, like, blocks and all that, which is pretty nice. Unlike Sly 4, there is a cool treasure thing you could keep shooting for points. Doesn't do much, but it's pretty cool. When you collect the little gold things, you basically get a level up. So you'll get, like, POW 2, POW 3, and all that, and that basically gives you, like, missiles, extra turrets, faster gun. A lot of cool stuff. It really adds to the game. Sometimes you'll also encounter a boss. Unlike Sly 4, you're not going to encounter it every time you do it, but there'll be this, subtle point where there'll be like a big, weird eye brain boss that you have to go after. It's a pretty decent minigame, and I would say out of all of them, that one's probably my favorite one, because I just love the upgrading mechanics, and it's really satisfying to shoot all the enemies in that one for sure. And I would also say, at least to me, those ones kind of felt the most varied. Like, there's more stuff going on in each one, and there's different varieties. Not that the tank in the other one didn't, but I just really love what they added to it. Now we get on to my least favorite, which is the 6-axis slash Vita, whatever the Vita 6-axis thing is called, where you basically move the electric ball through a pad, and you have to get it to the end. It's okay. Like, it works well for what it is, but let me tell you, it is so annoying at different points to go through. And Personally, for me, I was not a big fan of it. I wouldn't say it was like horrible, like it's doable and it's got some fun moments. Like it's really satisfying, for example, when you're going on the rails and you're going from like side to side on each rail. I love doing that. It's a very fun thing to do. But whenever games have forced six-axis mechanics where you have to tilt your controller or your system, it feels kind of hard to do, you know, and annoying to do. So I would definitely say out of all of them, it is my least favorite. And you can imagine being on a timer as well is probably not all that helpful. It's fine though, because there's a lot of time things you can get, and usually you're not going to miss the time anyways. The fourth one is a lot like the tank one, but a little bit different. It's got like extra things you're doing with the different tanks. And it's still good as well. I wouldn't say it's as good as the actual tank, but it's basically a more challenging version of that with a different variety of things you're doing. It does have its own set of levels, just like the tank and the other one and the six-axis one, so I would consider it one of the four because of that reason. For finishing levels and getting certain different points, you'll be able to unlock the prize booth, which gives you different little items from the Sly series, which I thought was really cool. Sly 4 had something similar to that, but you actually had to collect those. In this, Dimitri's just kind of chilling there in the prize booth, and you can basically just buy crap from him to look at, basically, because they'll all be like on a display within the back, and you can basically just look at them. It's nice because it gives you a nice little model of the thing and a description, which is neat. The music in this is pretty good. They're all, again, like I said, from Sly 4, but the hack music is very fitting and works the levels. And it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, it's that kind of thing. I'm only gonna show off two this time just for the fact that there's not really that many things in this game, music-wise. But do give it a listen, they're very nice. Overall, I think Bentleys Hackpack was a pretty nice game. I wouldn't give it like a super high score because again, it's a pretty small game and there's not a lot to it. But for what it is, if you enjoyed the Bentley hack mini games, specifically from Sly 4, because that's basically exactly what it's copying, aside from minor things, I would say it's a pretty good game. So yeah, I'd check it out. It's really not that much money on the PlayStation Store, so give it a look, see if you got a PlayStation 3 or PS Vita. And with that, that'll be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and have yourselves a good one, and I'm out. Peace.